Hi, my name is Robert Alexander Ramos, Bobby for short, and this is Taxi Tales, Episode 1, The Cuban Cab.
Hello, my friend. Mi nombre es Juan Carlos Miguel Perez.
Meet Juan, an immigrant who fled from Cuba after his crazy ex attempted to murder. But here's the catch, he's into psychos. From a murderer to a toxic snake collector, a pyromaniac, and a preschool teacher, the stories he tells are the stuff of books of old, the legends and the myths, and best of all, he's just a cab driver. Robert Ramos, Bob for short.
Hola, Bobby. Welcome to my cab. ¿A dónde va, amigo?
English, please.
Oh, my sorry. Where to?
Just drive around. I'm actually here to talk for my show. Do you have any stories to tell?
Oh, my goodness. I know you. I love your show.
This is the first episode.
Ay, mierda. Estoy famoso. What do I do? Just drive around and you're going to ask me questions?
Yeah, about your life. Anything interesting? What brought you here?
Are you assuming I'm an immigrant? I mean, you're right. But damn, Jefe, chill on the profiling. Anyways, what brought me here? Nothing much. I mean, I came for the American dream.
And the dream to you would be to drive a cab?
No! It's all about las mujeres!
And then I asked the question that started it all. What makes American women so special?
Están locas. No tienen culo, pero I love how crazy they are. I mean, I've run into crazy women before, back home. But over here, that means nothing.
And what happened back home?
I mean, nothing really important. Just my mom died when I was a kid. Mi papá era un borracho. My sister ran away with her lover. And, well, I was stuck with Sofia Rodriguez. She was beautiful. I mean, someone you see at the front of a Vogue magazine. But anyways, we met when I was just a boy. Pienso que tenía 5 años. Ever since that point, I've been in love with her. I thought I was going to marry her at the second we were old enough.
And how old would that be?
13.
13?
Look, Bobby, right now I'm 26 years old. I'm out of the marriage market. My whole life, I just wanted a woman to call my wife.
Okay, trust me, I get it. Anyways, Sofia Rodriguez, what happened?
Oh man, I think it was the summer of 2015. We were all lovey-dovey, doing adult things that teenagers shouldn't do, and my mom walked in. Ella odió Sofia. She hated Sofia. Mind you, the walls were made of mud. We lived in the jungle, so we didn't have much, but it was enough. There were 4 rooms, my room, mi hermana, mi padres, y la cocina. One day, my mom got so mad at her the day she walked in, and she kicked her out. I was heartbroken. Sofia too, but I wasn't that upset.
That upset? What do you mean by that?
Well, I was heartbroken. Sofia was detrimental. Over the course of 2 weeks, crazy things started happening.
Like what?
Well, first our dog died. I was just sad until my mom told me she found him dead in the bathtub. First off, nobody ever used the bathtub. That was mainly used as a sink. We all bathed outside. So that's when I raised an eyebrow. Next thing you know, I opened the door to find the head of a pig on a stick. Okay, weird shit. Next week I get home and my mom was on the floor. Blood everywhere. Somebody murdered her. Written in blood on the wall were the words, "Your next." I realized it was Sofia. And man, I'm gonna be honest, I was pretty turned on.
Okay. I guess that was the story of Sofia. Any others?
Oh no, I'm not done with her. Sometimes I go to the shower outside and somebody, I knew it was Sofia, would shoot arrows at me while I was naked. Not cool. I decided it was time to go. On the night of Christmas Eve, I ran into Guantanamo Bay, swinging my arms in the air like a crazy person, yelling, "Ayuda! Ayuda!"
Dude, you're crazy. You could have been shot.
Oh man, I was. 3 times. Anyways, I told them my story and I was safely on my way onto asylum in Nueva York.
So that's how you got here? I kind of just assumed you came by boat. What'd you do when you got here? You meet anybody else interesting?
Oh yes, of course. Actually, on my flight, I met this woman. It was a 2-way flight. We stopped in Miami first. She gave me her number. It was on a post note because I didn't have a phone yet. She was short, blanquita, su pelo era azul. She had glasses and a cage under her seat.
A cage? Like a dog cage? Why'd she have it in the cabin?
Yeah, man, I thought that too. So I say, what breed is it? Pointing at the dog. I expected her to say a Yorkie or una Havanese. She goes, Black Mama. So I say, after the basketball, like, girl, I asked for the breed, not his name. She just chuckles a bit. Didn't warn me or anything. I say, oh, well, why don't you let him out? I want to see. Etan Loca opens the cage and 5-foot snake jumps at me. I'm screaming and whirling. Yo odio serpentes. I'm smacking the shit out of this snake until it loosen up on my throat. The little vampire bit me twice behind my neck. Mind you, I'm still wrapped up from all these bullet wounds.
She brought a snake on a plane?
Esta mujer estaba loca. We started playing it off like nothing. I'm trying to act tough and still distract her. You see, I'm kind of into that. Entonces, the flight attendant came. But you know me, I don't like third wheels. So I shoo him away.
You get bit by a black mama and survive? How the hell did that happen?
Well, it almost didn't. 15 minutes passed and my face starts drooping. It gets hard to talk and now I can't swallow. Luckily, she had the anti-venom.
And?
She made me beg for it. I kind of like the pain. So me and her met up after we landed.
So let me get this straight. You get poisoned by her snake and you still met up with her.
When you put it like that, it sounds kind of weird. The only snake I like is mine. But how many times do I got to tell you I'm into crazy ladies? Really, all I was trying to do was find a place to stay. You know? I just got to the country and I don't know anybody. So I stayed in her place for a few weeks. Got some more antidotes, repaid her way, and I was on to the next.
Wow, I guess crazy does attract crazy. But seriously, how'd you manage to survive that?
Hey man, I'm not crazy. I survived off the mice she fed her snakes. The amount of times I was swollen, beaten, scratched, and scraped, not even from the snakes. Should have sent me to my mom, man.
Have you ever considered getting help? Honestly, I don't think this attraction is normal. I mean, this is traumatizing stuff, and you're brushing it off as getting turned on.
Trauma? Dude, this is like a dream come true. But yeah, I did get help. Not that I wanted or asked.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I was put in a psychiatric ward for like a month. Just another place to stay until I got money. It was there I met my third love, actually. Madison Kang. She told me a similar story. Leaving Korea because of a crazy ex. We sort of connected because of that. In a room full of white, she really added color to my life. I didn't know why she was there. But I also didn't really care. Bars, man. But really, I was on the fence of asking her. Because if she were normal, I probably would have left. But I mean, they got this woman in a straight jacket. Nothing normal about that.
And what was her story?
So, she started long ago, like flashback style. Woo! And she said she always wanted to be a teacher when she was young. She promised when we would get out, she'd take me there. So fast forward, 2 weeks pass. I'm in my bike room and she's on the dolly, all tied up. We couldn't do anything because apparently she needed surveillance 24/7. Even in el baño. Finally, we could see the light at the end of the tunnel and we got out. But she was still tied up to the dolly. So we go into town together. Go shopping and eat out.
I thought you were going to the school.
We were going to, pero she died.
What? That took such a turn. How that happened in just the span of 4 weeks?
So we were at a restaurant and when I went to take a piss in el baño, I realized then I started to break a sweat. I said, what the fuck? So I go to the door and I grab the handle and turn burning my hands. Coñazo. I kicked down the door and I saw the whole freaking restaurant was on fire. I don't know how it happened. I think she convinced some kid to untie her, which I don't know how she did that because she had a bite muzzle on. But anyways, she got out and took a candle and set the whole place on fire. Damn, there goes my girl.
How did you get out of it? That has to be an impossible feat.
Dude, I ran back into the bathroom, turned the sink on, and jumped in the toilet. The water filled up in the bathroom, and I kind of just floated till the fire department came. Anyways, when they got there, her body was so charged, I only recognized her with the mask.
Oh my God. Was that not traumatic?
Look, man, if it was less cooked...
This conversation went on for 15 minutes. As much as I love uncensored journalism, our producers advised us to keep this part out due to graphic reasons. Basically, this guy is just one sick freak. Then the conversation took a different turn. After an awkward silence, Juan said to me that there's a girl in the corner that he has to pick up. He asked me if it was okay, and I obliged, so I wouldn't be the only one to remember this crazy conversation. This girl, just about 5'7" and a little scantily dressed, had the look of someone who needed to get somewhere soon. She hopped in and told the driver her destination. I explained to her the show and the interview, and she was eager to join. The rest was history.
Okay, introduce yourself. Where are you from? What do you do?
Hi, my name is Marie Schmidt. I'm from Staten Island. I'm a therapist and I like to joke that I'm into psychos. I don't really know what's going on. I just wanted a quick ride.
Hello, guineas. I've never seen a tall leprechaun before.
I'm so sorry about him, Mrs. Schmidt.
Miss Schmidt.
Miss Schmidt.
Okay, if possible, could I ask you, what's the craziest story you've heard?
Hey, man, I'm not done with mine. I got one more posta to talk about.
Okay, we'll finish up with that, I guess, after our guest here. Marie?
Yeah, so this is confidential and everything, but I just want to share it because I'm excited. So I had this patient. She was a pyromaniac.
Hold on. We've already heard this story.
Yes, Marie.
I have a story about my ex if you want that. So I dated this guy who used to hit his mom. He told me that's how he showed his affection. You see, I had no idea he did it. He used to live with his parents, but he was a basement dweller. Always playing Call of Duty and drinking whenever he wanted. Worst part, he was 36, no job, and he believed he didn't need one. If I'm honest, the guy peaked in high school. But anyways, yeah, I'm into psychos. He didn't know how to properly feed his dog. He just gave him beer every day. Let me paint you this picture. The dog had a fat beer belly. And he was only 3 years old and had the tendencies of my dad. A raging alcoholic. His name was Kevin. He was only 20 pounds. And one day I got back to the apartment, and his dog was eating his mom's 2-day-old corpse. No wonder she didn't pick up my calls. I mean, at least the dog got a proper meal. I call Javier, my boyfriend. He runs and yelling, "Mama!" Like Lenny from Of Mice and Men. And I'm going to be honest with you, embarrassingly enough, I was pretty turned on.
Wow. Wow. I know someone you get along with perfectly.
Really? Who?
Oh, gee, I don't know.
It was like watching a bonfire. I mean, this kid had a freaking spark. I decided to just stop recording and listen. Juan started chatting it up with Marie using pickup lines I've never even heard of before and innuendos that would get you to HR. I mean, it was so smooth. 10 minutes had gone by and I realized how little game I had. Maybe that was it, or it was just how dumb Marie was. I mean, the guy didn't even remember her name. Kept calling her Maria or Mary and Mavis. Best thing yet, they didn't even exchange numbers. He gave her his address and told her if she wanted los digits, she'd have to come over later that night.
Oh, hell yes!
She replied. I think we just found his fifth story. If the woman he told me about today weren't dead or in jail or leading towards death, I would have loved to interview them too. I want to know what he has done.
Okay, yeah, you can drop me off here. That'll be good. How much is it?
Oh, don't worry. You can repay me later, babe.
Oh boy, this guy's an idiot.
23 Wallace Ave, right? Near the botanical garden?
You know it. I'll be home at 7. You come at 7:30.
She proceeded to get out of the car and wink at me as we drove away, blowing a kiss toward the cab as we left. How in the hell does he do it? Okay, anyways, where were we?
La Bruja!
La Breja? What could that possibly mean?
It means the witch. She was my most recent heartbreak.
What in the hell did she do to get that name?
Elena Goldstein. She had a witch's nose, crystals and voodoo dolls of her students all around the room. You see, I thought it was just aesthetics, like the starboards your teacher would put in when you acted bad. So anyways, I met her after the school day was over. So anyways, I met her after the school day was over. She told me about the death of her friend. Oh, I told her. Yeah, okay. You see, I thought it was just aesthetics. So anyways, I met up with her at the end of the school day. Told her about the death of her friend. She crumbled into my arms, crying. That was the real budding of a beautiful flower. We kept in touch over the few weeks. I'm messing up on this one. I haven't read it. Okay. We kept in touch over a few weeks and grew closer, mind you. Aesthetics, I thought. It wasn't until one day I was surprised. Oh my God.
You wrote that.
I did. It wasn't until one day I surprised her class. Came in to give her flowers and introduce myself to them. Then one kid started speaking when I was speaking. I was cool with it. I just told him, let me finish talking. That was when Elena grabbed his voodoo doll and sewed his mouth shut. Just sabe, brother. I was freaked out. I didn't know that shit was real. The kid started crying and tried to yell, but it was like gorilla glue in su boca. Didn't bulge. Whole class freaking out now. She started tying up the dolls. I run to get a phone. Call 911. Ya tu sabe, she took my voodoo doll. I have one and broke my legs. So now I'm crawling over to the phone and it's like a war zone. Screaming, objects breaking. She's poking my voodoo doll's eyes. And it felt like I was being flashbanged. Finally, I was able to reach the phone. Oh, I just choked. Finalmente, I was able to reach the phone and call the police. Ayuda! Ayuda! Help! Help! I'm being attacked by crazy children.
Wait, hold on. One, you told the police that the children were the problem?
Well, yes. If the boy didn't overreact, he probably would be still able to talk today.
Okay, wow. That, and two, you're saying that voodoo dolls and magic and all that shit is real?
Yeah, man. But she was like really beautiful and also, yeah, I just brushed it off. Hold on a second. Oye, cabrón! The light is green! Green means go! Pendejo! But yeah, so the police came, guns ready and everything, and they like kicked down the door. The kids were still screaming, the police rushed in, and it was getting heated in there. The witch grabs her broom and goes to stab me. No! I think I'm screaming louder than those kids. Of course, not the one with his mouth stitched up. He passed out from asphyxiation.
Asphyxiation?
Yeah, that one. This part got me a little hazy, but I heard a very... This part got me a little hazy, but I heard a very loud bang. And next thing I know, she has a hole in her head. Not the kind I like. I caught her mid-flight. She was laying in my arms. Romeo and Juliet. I was crying really hard. I'm not sure if it was because she poked me in my eyes till they started bleeding or because my sinuses were acting up.
Out of that whole situation, your sinuses was the one thing you were worried about.
Yeah, brother. I mean, it was nothing crazy. Just allergies.
So, how'd you get into cab driving?
Oh, dude. Crazy story. Oye, gordito, cállate.
So I peeked over the seat, and I don't even understand how it was possible, but throughout the hour and 45 minutes of sitting in the back, I realized that the conversation of children never came up. So many questions ran through my head. Whose kid could that be? What is its name? How old is it? Yet I can only muster one thing. Damn, man, you got a kid?
Kids, 10 actually.
What?
Dude, you never asked.